I should probably bring us back in. It ended quite abruptly, and I always forget that there's not like a da 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 type thing at the end of it.
That's funny.
Okay. Well, as terrible as that was there for a second. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
What's up, man? How are you? I'm doing well.
I see you put some camouflage up.
Some camouflage.
Were you afraid of like ice?
Oh, no, all legal over here. Documents are all proper, and
I'm not gonna show it because I've thrown you under the bus one too many times. But I did see a video that it looked a lot like you.
There's a lot of.
I actually sit and said that at the club. And I was like, "Did you fucking call ice on him?"
There's a lot of them that tend to look like me.
I almost texted you the second I started the countdown and saw the flag. I almost texted you, said, "Dude, if you have a sombrero, I will pay you to put that on."
Some camouflage. Now I get it. The American flag. Okay.
Yeah. What's up, Mash? What is up, Donna? Hi, bye. Driving home from work. I hope you made it home safely. So, how it's been kind of a big week. A lot of hearings, a lot of fun little sound bites. Yeah. What's been your favorite one so far?
I didn't watch any of the hearings really. I did get to catch like some clips, obviously, that were going around. But I really enjoyed the RFK one where he just calls Bernie out to his face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and he's like by name too. And when he's talking to him, he's like Bernie.
He does call him Senator. He calls him Bernie.
Yeah. He goes Bernie. Like I know for a fact, all of you, yourself included, have taken millions of dollars from Big Pharma. Yeah, and then you see Bernie like, whoa, wait, like, yeah.
Let's see if we can do it. Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm not now enough to do it.
No, I mean, that actually wasn't bad.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like laughing and clapping, and he's like, like you could just tell, like, I think RFK, like destroyed it during that hearing.
Absolutely. I think so.
All the clips.
And one of the things I really enjoyed. Now there is. Oh, I'm gonna get in so much trouble from people. Do you remember the videos from back in the day, from 8 years ago, where I think it was a YouTube channel, and the videos were usually entitled something like "Stop Making Me Defend Donald Trump."
Yeah, I mean, I've seen stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. So here's mine. Stop making me defend Elizabeth Warren.
What?
Elizabeth Warren did not ask Bobby Kennedy not to sue vaccine companies.
Oh,
that's not what she said. She said, "Will you promise not to take your 10% fee?" Which I'm gonna be honest, that's a fucking good deal. 10% fee while you are in office and for 4 years after. That's what the question was.
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, don't make me defend Warren. Like, come on, guys. We got to be a little bit better than that. I've enjoyed mucking down here and like throwing mud and shit, but we're supposed to be intelligent.
Yeah.
That's like the only complaint I've had about really anyone. Like, I think for the most part, our side has been pretty fair in like complaints. I don't think anyone's like said anything dumb or anything. But I do think that the best, let's call it clapback, led off the week on Sunday with the CBS interview with JD Vance. I think it was Sunday, where he said, what was it? I don't really care, Margaret.
Oh, yeah. I was forgetting.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Huge fan of that one.
It was. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's really just despicable seeing what they're doing. They have, I don't know. I feel like they're just trying to drag every clip I've seen of these hearings. It's these Democratic senators that are just to they're asking these loaded questions and then not giving the speaker time to actually answer it, and it just, I think, just looks bad for the
and that's honestly, that's one of the issues with the process is they are, and I've had this issue for 12 years watching these hearings, and they're only given, the senators are only given, I think it's 5 minutes to ask questions in session. Now they're supposed to interview them. They're, and like Kennedy has been in and out of different senators' offices for pretty much the last 3 weeks, answering questions, responding to questions. A lot of times they'll get a list of questions in the morning and send out answers throughout the day.
Well, I understand. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but I think it's important to note that, like, I understand they're given 5 minutes, but on more than one occasion they ask a question, and then when they don't like what the answer that they're hearing, they cut them off and go, "We only have a little bit of time left." And it just,
and that's the problem. It's like, and I would kind of understand it with Cash and Tulsi today, because my understanding is that today was the only day. I don't think they're going up tomorrow as well. But Bobby went up 2 days. He went up today and yesterday. So I think acting like stubborn children, I think makes you very easy to hate. And they already have an image problem.
For sure.
I don't understand why these Democratic senators think that they can just sit there and yell and be angry and not get complained about.
Well, and also on another, another thing is that if they could obviously tell that the person in the hearing is getting, is digging themselves in a hole, they would let them speak. If it was obvious that they had nothing to argue for, and the more they talk, the worse they look, the senators would just be silent, let them speak, and then basically just let let their argument speak for itself, right? But that's not the case, and they, I think, just look really bad.
This was one of my favorite. This was Kash Patel this afternoon. He's speaking to, I think, Amy Klobuchar from Minnesota, right?
This is why snippets of information are often misleading and detrimental to this committee's advice and consent process.
If you consent, I would love to have 5 hours of questions, and then I could read the whole transcript.
You've got 2 minutes.
That the dude has mastered the troll. And what was so great is, and they honestly, they really messed up by not just kind of saying, okay, we'll confirm him, because they let this guy who has seen all this stuff, knows where a lot of bodies are buried, get stuff on the record.
Yeah.
And one of those is exact answers for J6. Cruz asked him so many questions. Just let T-ball after T-ball. Who's in charge of security? The mayor of D.C. and the Speaker of the House. Who was the Speaker of the House at the time? Nancy Pelosi. Did Nancy Pelosi request any National Guard protection? No, she actively said no. And it's like, okay, there. So why isn't she being investigated?
Yeah. I mean, we know why.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we know why. Because she knows where more of the bodies are buried.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Tulsi did a good job today. There were a lot of people on the left, and there were quite a few people on the right that I think were upset with her being nominated, that they didn't want her nominated. I think a lot of it is the industrial complex being concerned about not being able to grow and gain more money. But it is very interesting seeing her get up there and just be not fluent, but like it's a master class in speaking. Like how to get your points across quickly without interruption. She just did a really good job. And I wonder if part of it is because the senators were afraid to look like bullies against a woman. Oh,
maybe
thank you, John.
What's up, John? I just find her a really good public speaker. You know, I don't know if there's any kind of hidden agenda like you're talking about in that sense. I just take it that she's, like you said, just very good at what she's doing. You know, knows how to speak clearly in front of people and not make mistakes. That's kind of how I saw it.
Okay, I don't want to give you whiplash with this change of topic, but I'm scrolling through Twitter while we do this, obviously. And you remember what one of the big complaints of season 2 of House of the Dragon is?
I mean, we've talked
dragon riders. Who isn't included?
Nettles.
The lack of nettles.
Right.
So the new edition of Fire and Blood has a illustration of nettles in it.
Huh.
And I think that's on purpose.
Because you think enough fans were vocal about it?
Well, I think he's very upset about it as well.
Yeah.
By the way, if you didn't know, yesterday was John Graber's birthday. And apparently he's upset.
Well, how was I supposed to know? I hope the last 150 years on this earth has been kind to you, John. And I hope you get another 150 ahead of you.
And one day, maybe you'll grow up a little bit.
Yeah.
Literally, like physically. Okay, let's talk about the first. We'll kind of jump in and out of politics, I think, a little bit. But let's talk about the first thing. This is kind of what you sent me this tweet from. How do you say? Is it Pirate Nation?
Pirate. Your guess is as good as mine, man.
So, Assassin's Creed Shadows devs want you to know that Yusuke isn't an assassin, and that means he's not getting any of those classic assassin abilities. Which I think basically means, like, did you see the videos of him basically just like running through brick, concrete walkway things?
Well, okay, and that's what I was going to say, that I didn't actually see those videos, but the YouTuber that I was talking about last week that I forgot his name, Luke Stevens, he did a pretty in-depth video talking about how his early access that he was able to play, and kind of how, I think, because he tries to ride the middle of the line, doesn't want to get political at all, but I got the sense, I've watched him enough at this point where I got the sense that like he's not being overly excited about the game, which means he probably has a lot more doubts than positives. And that is one of the main things he brought up, that the stark difference between the gameplay between the two just really doesn't make sense. And he feels that there's not even a reason to play as Yasuke in the game, because you don't like the parkour isn't equally matched.
And you get an option, right?
And
we were talking about this.
So he said you get basically a 50-50 option per mission, whether you want to go into the mission as Yasuke or as what's her name? Nea. I forgot the main character, the ninja chick.
Not the chicken nuggets lady.
No. The main character that I'm talking about. Yeah, not her.
So this is like a sidekick, right?
I'm not even sure who that is.
All right. So that's kind of what I've gleaned from this, that either the ninja girl or Yusuke are able to like call upon this sumo female who kicks people down.
Well, and I saw a funny tweet of someone saying that like the time period that this game set around Japan was like pretty much going through a famine.
They were starving. Yeah, they were literally starving.
Well, now we know why.
Because she was eating all the fucking food.
Yeah,
I'm glad you said that, because this is what he's talking about. Who did this?
It's so fucked up. Oh, this is what I post this? Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. It's entirely fucked up.
Yeah, it's fucked up, but it's fucking hilarious. But go
ahead.
I just wanted to finish my thought before we got sidetracked on that. Like, basically, this guy who played it already, he's practically confirmed that Yasuke is. He felt like it's almost, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he felt like it was almost intentional, and he said it's not intentional in the sense like to push Yasuke out for certain like culture reasons, but more so they wanted to split up the game. And if you don't like doing the parkour stealthy side and you like being more of a brute, you can play as Yasuke. But at the same time, that's not what people play Assassin's Creed games for,
Exactly.
Like, I don't know. I think it's pretty simple. But yeah, that's all.
It's not understanding. It's the same problem that every single company, just about every single company has had for the last 5 years, at least, is they don't understand who their customer is. They think their customer, they think their customer are people on Twitter and Facebook who complain about things. And when I say complain about things, I mean, why can't I play like someone that looks like this? Or why can't I do this? What the people that went on the Helldivers community stuff on Steam and said, why can't we put rainbow flags as our capes? Why can't I represent my transgenderism?
Did they do that at one point?
Absolutely. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you can get rainbow capes now?
No. So it was like March or April that there was this huge push. Like you probably still go back in the history.
No, I remember that. I thought, because I haven't played in a while, I thought you were saying like then they did it.
No.
And
oh, buddy, there would have been video after video after video made for that. Yeah. I would have, and I finally made one. I finally made a video after 4 fucking months.
That's funny.
But yeah, it's, and then you got these issues with these companies hiring these community managers who only want to see certain stuff and don't actually give a crap about the game. And that's the issue that you saw with one of the issues you saw with Kingdom Come 2 is they hire these community managers who decided, this is my belief. I think these community managers decided that they wanted to either punish Warhorse for not doing something, or they wanted to create outcry because they don't like Trump. And they decided to change a bunch of rules in the Steam community to punish all the isms and all the ists. And that's one of the things that popped up during all this stuff. They did it at the height of this. Oh, it's unskippable gay sex scenes and all this shit. And it made a lot of people think that, oh, they've gone, full woke or whatever phrase we're using today.
Quite frankly, there's just not enough. There's not enough evidence to lean one way or the other. Like, just we just haven't seen it yet, So
it's gonna be. But I Tuesday 11 a.m. when the game drops.
Yeah,
the stream is starting.
Yeah, I might.
Awesome.
I might. I'm not gonna call out, but I'm definitely gonna buy that game.
And I already called out. Yeah, I already took the week off.
You fucker. Yep. You took the whole week off next week?
I took Tuesday through Friday off. Yep.
Jesus, Caleb.
Well, I got unlimited PTO.
Yeah, you got your PTO.
Yeah. I haven't taken a day off that
all year.
All year I've been working.
That's funny.
It's like I haven't seen you since last year.
Yeah, and you know what? When it comes to to drop back to Assassin's Creed, I have a weird feeling or an intuition that they didn't choose Yakuse's race based off of the historical aspect of a black samurai. They
really?
I guarantee you it was a bunch of like just liberal white dudes that were probably like, yeah, we should do this. It'll be really good. I think this is what people want. And it just quickly obviously blew up to where it is right now.
Really? You just now started thinking that?
All right, Caleb.
Well, no, that I called this a while back because Ubisoft has a history of this. They Alexius was originally, or actually, yeah. So in Odyssey, Alexius was going to be the character, and then they changed their minds and said, "Okay, we're going to do Alexandra. She's going to be the canon character, and we will make give the player an option because every game like this gives the player an option." And through, I forget whether or not it was like CEO memos or something, but we found out that the reason they decided that was because people at Ubisoft were starting to complain and yell about having another game with a male lead, and they wanted to do female leads, do female stuff. So that's why now it ended up working out well, because Alexandra is actually a really well voiced and well acted character in that game. But it was already the start of the dominoes.
This is the safe bet. Like, okay, so you can't fix Yasuke and the whole race thing, and I see a lot of people,
especially because you can't go back and remove it now, because then it's like, well, that's racist.
And then also, yeah, exactly. And then also, I don't think anyone really understands the true nature of that person, and the true history.
Well, because everything's been edited now. They have done so much covering that you would have to spend weeks on the Wayback Machine and in the library, trying to figure out exactly who he is.
Well, really, you'd have to go to Japan and probably go to the source material of that history. And I kid you not, that's probably what you would have to do. You might be able to find it in other
which the people that are now labeled as racist.
Right, but I see. I'm just talking about your common average, internet gremlin on YouTube comments, arguing about it, and you see on both sides, they're like, "Well, this is the factual history. No, this is," and it's retarded. Let's just be honest. None of us have the real. Most of us are just Googling it, and whatever fits the narrative that we want to say, that's what we're going to. But regardless of that fact, it's like what you're talking about with Odyssey. That's actually the smart move to do. Is you create a storyline that you can interchange a woman and a female and a male character, and let the player base decide what they want to go. That's their safest bet. Because look, I understand as as a woman, if you want to immerse yourself into a video game and you don't have that option, that most games are males. So I understand that could get annoying. So why don't games just kind of, not every game, but Ubisoft knows it works with Odyssey. They could have just done that for this, and you could choose to be a male Japanese, samurai, or you could choose to be this kind of more, I forget the terminology for the woman who gets trained in the art of war, essentially. But they could have done that and played it safe, but nope, they kind of force upon you that if you even want to play a classical Assassin's Creed game, you have to be the woman. It irritates the shit out of me.
It is the height of annoyance. It is stupidity at its finest. Honestly, it's sabotage. It is corporate
self-sabotage.
Yeah. And it's sad because, again, dude, go back, start from 2020 and go back, 15 years. Most of my favorite games, some of my favorite games are Ubisoft games.
I'm not as big in them.
Incredible games.
Up until about 2010, they were pretty much owning the open world RPG style games. Their first 5 games were pretty much all hits. I'm just talking purely in the Assassin's Creed franchise, because I know they have some other ones that did pretty well.
Yeah. It's just, isn't this interesting? So I think we talked about this a little while ago, and you told me you never played them. Did you ever play the Horizon games? Forza?
No, I haven't.
So, good news for PlayStation people like yourself. Forza Horizon 5 is coming to PlayStation.
Oh, cool.
But yeah.
I did.
Honestly,
I did see that earlier today.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Like,
if I do end up getting that, I think I'll get the wheel.
Oh yeah,
I think I will because I kind of like. I mean, I don't know. Racing games are like just not as immersive for me on controller. I've always liked having those wheel controllers are sick.
mm-hmm. Holy shit! Hang on, I'm trying to check the date of something.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
this Anthony Mackie interview that was going around the other day? Do you at all remember who he was being interviewed by?
no, I should have clicked the. It was at some sort of an event. I know that because he was like sitting in a chair in front of an audience.
It wasn't an interview with Esquire. Let's see. Jeez. Okay, so yeah, it looks like that was an event, and this is just kind of coincidence. This is what's so fucking funny about this. Okay, so Mackie gets up there as the new Captain America, and basically says Captain America shouldn't represent America. He can back.
Well, okay, let's be a little fair. He did say it represents more than America, which is still objectively false.
Is that what he said?
It is what he said.
Okay.
It's not that it didn't represent America; it's that it represents a lot more outside of America. But that's still objectively a false statement.
So what's so interesting about this is Esquire just came out with an interview with him this morning at 6:53 a.m. is when it was published. And I need to control F this so I can find, the full passage. I'm not a big fan of just let's see. So in this interview, he kind of talks about how people need to chill out about them doing reshoots for the movie. He talks about how every movie that Marvel has made, every movie that DC has made, Star Wars, Star Trek, Disney has done reshoots. That's probably true.
It is,
but they definitely have not done reshoots to the extent that this movie has done reshoots.
Yeah, refilming the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
3 times.
But this is one of the things that, like, if he had not said the other thing the other day, this quote, I think, is what would be trending. He offers a similar cool treatment to the inevitable comparisons that we drawn between the Red Hulk and President Trump. I hope as a country we're tired of all the political jousting. Let's just go to the movies and chill the fuck out. We could have made this motherfucker yellow, and it would have been a problem. Well, of course it would have been a problem because
Asian!
Yellow is a lot closer to orange than red is. But yeah, like that's something we've been saying for 7 years now.
Yeah. Let's
stop making movies and let's stop making video games that have this political undertone and just fucking make a fun movie.
It's like when someone gets mad. It's like when someone gets mad, causes a scene, and then tells everyone to calm down, and then say, "I'm not mad." Why is everyone freaking out? I'm not mad.
That's why one of the, and this is kind of a weird thing to say, but one of the best movies that I think I've seen in the last 5 years is a movie called Love Languages. It was an independent film with Mark Dupla, I think is how you say his name. Did you ever see the fantasy football show?
No, dude. I only just started watching football.
Yeah. So Mark Dupla was in a show called The League, and it was a very popular show. A lot of people have seen it. He then left the show. When the show ended, he decided to make a bunch of independent films, and one of them was called Love Languages. And it is a movie where he plays a gay man. And absolutely none of that movie is about, hey, I'm gay, watch, and everything is about that. What's up, X-Wing and a crazy little raid? How y'all doing? What a nice time to pop in. Yay. But it's an example of a movie that has what could be a political undertone that isn't there at all. They could have used that entire movie to talk about how Trump is mean and all this stuff, and they don't. It tells a pretty damn good story.
Yeah, I mean, like you said before, most normal, rational people have been saying that for the past fucking 4 years now. Like, not everything, and they're the ones over politicizing everything. I mean, let's be real. We wouldn't complain if there wasn't something to complain about when it comes to Hollywood right now.
Yeah,
every
and
character
just like that,
get...
Jerry, the Scottish poet, becomes a member. What's up, buddy? Welcome to the Elder. When you pop the video up, you get the little bar progression on the bottom, and you got to halfway and then play. That's why I was like, "What?" That's exactly what I need. Everything did not work.
Can you filibuster for? Give me like 30 seconds.
For a minute? Yeah. Can I talk? Yeah, we'll talk. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna let him while he goes and does that. This is kind of the more non-daimyo conversation here. So the dumbasses over at the BBC decided that they were going to come up with something to make their TV show, Doctor Who, even dumber than it already is. Now, it was incredible. But in their latest rendition with not Doctor Who, fucking hell, they've decided to introduce this fake doctor. Hang on, apparently Doctor Who search on Twitter is not working. They've decided to introduce this fake doctor called, I don't know, some black lady. And she told everyone today that she was told she is the first doctor. Okay, I know Nerdrotic posted something about it, so I'll find it on his page. Let's see. Here we go. So this is what I'm talking about. So with Doctor Who, Jo Martin was officially told her doctor is the first real doctor. The problem is that for 70 years, William Hartnell, the guy down here on the right, has been the first doctor. He was the first doctor on the TV show. Everything has been, he was the first life, and all the oh my God, what are they called? Regenerations went on after him. And now this dumbass, Russell T. Davies, who for me had written and had done some really good stories in early second Doctor Who, comes in and becomes the best example of the wokest dumbass in entertainment. Like, dude has done more damage to a story, and I hope he's still here, than Kathleen Kennedy has to Star Wars.
Yeah. So I actually did catch this on one of his nooners. I barely ever click on his stuff, but I just happened to do it, and they were talking about the specific thing, and also the woman that's attached to what show? It was a Marvel show. I forgot who it is, but yeah, like apparently, yeah, it sounds like they just they're basically pissing on the grave of an already dead show again.
Yeah, I mean, like it's seriously, Star Wars has more life in it than Doctor Who does right now.
Yeah.
Like that is shocking.
Yeah.
Like exactly, Wiley Dave. R.I.P. Doctor Who. It's like it was the Timeless Child shit was pretty bad. I didn't even watch Jodie Whittaker's shit, which is annoying because I actually really enjoyed Jodie Whittaker in Broadchurch. That was an incredible show. And then this she comes in and just really just whoever her writers were, which were message writers. They were part of the whole let's destroy males group, and just decimated everything. The lore basically just ruined the lore.
Mm-hmm.
Which again, it's exactly how you destroy a age-old what do you call it, fan base, is you just go after what they love. Now, what's this thing that you want to introduce this?
Sure. All of you know about that really awesome and cool thing that Galaxy's Edge instituted, right? At
Oh yes, yes. Hey, wait, where's Jay?
Yeah, right. I'm sure he's made 3 videos on this already.
Yeah, there's 3 videos in a live stream already.
Yeah. Breaking news today. He's probably already banged out 4 hours of content from it.
I love it. It's hilarious.
So, we don't have to sit on this too long. This is actually more shocking to me because I didn't think it would. I'm still kind of wondering how is the 1 billion that they're coming up with in what they were expecting to pull in from it originally. I don't know if it just in terms of the actual build itself, it probably was up.
So I think it's the cost of the build, the cost of the contracts for people to perform there, and all the workers and all that. I think it's a combination of that plus an estimated loss in revenue and stuff like that.
Well, and so that's why I kind of wanted to talk about this just because it's funny to me.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious.
I came across someone trying to spin it that the closing down of this Star Cruiser thing wasn't the loss that people are making it out to be, and I just don't understand how you could come up to that. It is a huge
proof positive. The thing could have cost them $250 million, and it's still proof positive that this era of Star Wars has been rejected.
Well, no, and that 100%, and just in terms of this, I'm going to estimate it was probably well into the couple $100 million just to build.
Oh,
the speciality and then custom design,
like the rooms and shit like that.
But that's my point. Like, so they had to get this stuff custom made. You don't just buy this at Home Depot.
There are cruise liners that have like the pour rooms that are better than those things were.
Right. And I work in the business of building. Doing commercial builds, remodels and stuff. I know for a fact you build something, and I've actually worked on a project where a lab was built. No one moved into the building, so then they gutted the whole thing.
Western China?
No, no. This is actually at Stanford University. So they had, So it was probably a $5 million job, which is pennies in comparison to what we're talking about here. But this happens where a person who owns the building, they build something, it doesn't work out, they close it down, and unless you have money like that, this would bankrupt any normal company, right? But
absolutely.
It's not, and we don't have to go through the whole article here, but the main thing
I'm actually, can you zoom in just a bit? I am really interested in this.
Yeah, let's read it then. But point being is that this was absolutely a monetary failure.
Yeah, one thing I saw, and Jay tweeted about it, was something about them turning it into like a wedding space.
Well,
And
yeah.
yeah.
I was gonna ask how long ago was this? Yeah.
I mean, he made the joke today, but I'm not sure if it's. So I know that are they converting the entire thing to offices,
I believe
or
so. I mean,
just okay? Damn.
haven't read the article yet. I think we're
Can you
going to find
imagine?
out.
Yeah, can you imagine pulling up to work in your Honda Civic
Well,
and you're walking into a $1 billion building that used to be a fucking Star Wars place?
well, and I'm that actually I'm curious about that. Like, what are they going to do with all these custom framed? Are they going to keep it? Are they going to keep it Star Wars themed for the office? Are they going to
You know
rip
what they're
all?
probably gonna do? They're probably gonna get like dumbass frame stuff, and just instead of it being a circular thing, they're gonna put up a frame to make it a square doorway.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, but like, dude, that's what I'm talking about. Like, this could easily the renovation, and plus they've got like hotel rooms and stuff in there.
Yeah.
Are they going to abandon all the plumbing? Are they going to redesign the floor plans? Like, there's so many things that they could go down, and I'm wondering, like, without spending more money to renovate than they spent to build it,
Yeah.
what avenue do they have to go down that actually makes logical sense when they're already like losing money constantly?
Yeah. Well, let's scroll down. Let's take a look.
Yeah. So you go ahead and read it. I'm not good at reading out loud.
Those looking for a return to the Star Wars Galactic Cruiser, the $1 billion Star Wars themed hotel and experience that Disney opened March 1st. King Chris says, I can't read. Hoping you guys will read it to me. Working on it right now, bud. The experience that Disney opened on March 1st, 2022 and closed the following September. We'll probably have to put that dream aside. As of now, there are no signs that you'll be able to return to a galaxy far, far away, which literally just reminded me that they actually used that phrase in Ahsoka. I had honestly
unironically
just now.
Yeah.
According to several sources, including an individual close to the company, the building that formerly housed the immersive adventure is being converted into offices for Walt Disney Imagineering.
Okay.
Well, if you're going to put an apartment in there, that makes sense.
Finish out the paragraph, and then I'll say
the secretive arm of the company responsible for the theme park attractions, retail locations, and cruise ships.
Let's think for a second about what if their plan succeeded 100%, how much if this was a dope attraction, had something to do with the original trilogy and the prequel trilogies, and actual fans wanted to flock to come here, think about how much money they could have made off of that. Well, that's not the case. Go on.
I believe I'm totally guessing here. I think I remember Jay saying there were 250 rooms in that hotel. And I know that the normal experience was $6,000.
$6,000. I thought it was like $700.
That's $1.5 million a day,
which is one of the reasons.
Technically, over a 4-day period.
So okay, but I think that's actually perfect for what I'm trying to the frame I'm trying to set right here, because think about all that money that they could have made off of it. Now they're converting this into office spaces for the Imagineering secretive arm of the company responsible for theme park attractions. Let's be totally real. They're going to dump a bunch of money to renovate this, put people in offices here, and how much money and revenue are these people that they're putting in going to actually pull in? Like, it's going to take them 5 years just to break even on the renovation alone.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, well, and what they're going to do is they're going to move things around in their spreadsheets to make it look like everything's actually at a positive, just like they do with Lucasfilm. And Comics Dad says, I think it was a 2-day experience. So that's, I imagine you've got days blocked off, kind of like
$3,500 for 2 days experience.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah, no, dude, it was. I remember. So I feel like the last time I really heard him talking about it was when he and X-Wing did that like 9-hour stream breaking down that like 3-hour video, and yeah, it was like $6,000 was the average. I think it could go up and down depending on like what you bought and stuff like that. But can you imagine spending $6,000 in 2 days on stuff that isn't your car, a house? Dude, someone bought a house today. I helped someone close on the house today, and they didn't even put $6,000 down on the house. Can you imagine spending $6,000 on 30 hours of an experience?
Okay. Well,
sorry, I'm on.
No, you're fine. It's just I got this thought all of a sudden. WDI will be using the building as a hub for several expansion projects coming to the expansive Walt Disney World Resort, including, among other things, the Latin America area of Disney's Animal Kingdom. That will be home to Encanto and Indiana Jones themed attractions, the upcoming Cars and Disney villain themed lands opening at the Magic Kingdom, and the Monsters Inc. land, complete with door chase coaster, arriving at Disney Hollywood Studios. So WDR are the people that create attractions for the parks. Where were these guys for the for the Star Cruiser Hotel?
Yeah, so
you know,
and this is the thing that talk about kind of being tone deaf here. Again, the people that spend money are the adults. The kids do not spend money.
Yeah.
So why are you making it in Encanto Land?
Yeah. But again, like, you know, the idea, I think, too, it's obviously for the kids. Parents have the money, so if they find something that they want to bring their kids to, I mean, that's the idea. I'm sure the business model. You make it for the kids, the parents will pay to bring the kids. But you know, I just find it funny. They're sticking all the people who design these attractions for the parks in the building of a failed attraction for the park.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So to me, it's just ironically funny.
Yeah, and it's the other thing is it's on hang on, I'm pretty sure what was it called? Galactic Star Cruiser, right?
Yeah. Actually, it's the Galactic Shell Cruiser.
It's on like prime real estate as well, isn't it?
I haven't looked at like the geography of where it's based in terms of the park, so I'm not really sure.
So yeah. So this is where it's supposed to be. I mean, I'm trusting the internet here. So this is where the Star Cruiser is, and this is Galaxy's Edge. I think it's Galaxy's Edge. I mean, it looks Star Wars-y from the top, but I just don't see a Millennium Falcon, so I'm not positive. But that's like you're literally putting an office building next to your park. Should the office buildings be like, I don't know, way over here or way down here?
I mean, they don't have much. What else? And at, you know, the last paragraph that I was going to jump to kind of explains.
Yeah.
I think why it'll answer your question after we get through it a bit more. You can take it on from here.
The Wrap had heard rumblings that the building was going to be potentially utilized for a. Sorry, my logo's above that. Scroll down up a little bit. Several hour-long dinner theater type experiences that would use the hotel's lobby, used for key storytelling moments as part of the Galactic Star Cruiser's bridge, bar and restaurant, and that the gift shop would also remain open. But the Rapid has now been told quite firmly that the building will not be accessible to guests at all. Oh, see, I think this is a mistake. I think they should have turned this into some sort of like event space. I think they would have made back some money.
Oh yeah, that's not about.
Imagine X-Wing being able to hold his second or third. You know, when the first wedding doesn't work out. Imagine X-Wing being able to, I hope he's still in here.
That was rough.
Imagine a super Star Wars fan or John Graber being able to host his 8th wedding at the Galactic Star Cruiser. Like, so, how awesome would that be?
Okay, I get the sentiment that you're trying to say.
You can pick trilogy too.
it actually makes a lot more sense to kind of transform it, in my opinion, to some sort of an amphitheater that maybe looks like the Galactic Senate, like, so if you made an amphitheater that kind of looked like that, and then you host concerts, right? Like, something like that, could actually pull in some money where you get, once or a couple times a year, you have the symphony there and they play through all the Star Wars songs. Something, cool. Something like that. Yeah. Or you could even host like replaying of the movies with live symphony, something like that. Like, I think that could actually.
Didn't you go to one of those?
Funny enough, my mom got me and my dad tickets, and then I had to quickly move states. So my dad was just sending me. My dad's just sending me clips.
What a dick.
No, it was all in good. He was doing it out of love. But he was like, "This concert's great. I wish you were here." And I'm like, "Damn it, Dad! I wish I was here too."
This is hilarious. Wife of Comics Dad. Hey, Comics Dad, I've been texting you.
That's funny,
buddy. You need to talk to your wife.
But do you agree with me that something like that would actually they have a chance of making their money back?
What doesn't make any sense is, unless they just haven't been working for X amount of time, they're all sitting in an office right now doing a job.
Right.
So what they're actually going to do is they're going to spend, let's be conservative. They're going to spend $100 million renovating this building. And then, which you're the price guy, am I too high or too low?
I think it's more in the ballpark for something like this, like 300 million, to be honest.
So let's
depending on what they do, there's a they could keep all the interior design the same. If they're completely renovating it to like a modern day office, they're gonna have to rip out all of the surface, the walls. They're gonna have to change, pipes and stuff like that, or at least cap them off and abandon, and then from there buy new material. So I think it's upwards of that, but I don't know the square footage. I can't.
Let's call it 200 million. They're going to spend $200 million renovating, move all these people from their current spot to their new spot.
Right.
They're not telling John and James, hey, bring your stuff at your workstation. They got to hire movers. They're going to spend $500 million. Sorry. Yeah, $100 million doing this thing. And then they're going to be in a hole that it's not going to put them out of the hole, because moving them there doesn't give them a net positive. There's nothing to be gained by moving them from their old office to their new office.
Yeah.
It's like when people complain about the taxpayers' money when courts go long and stuff like that. It's like the judge is still working. Like there is no, we're not charging overtime. No one's getting extra money. It's the same amount of money. It's really time that's getting fucked here, not money.
So, okay, I think this is, I kind of just skimmed through it. I think there's only 2 paragraphs that we really need to take away from this. And that's this first one that kind of ties in directly to what you're talking about. The rap had heard, wait, did we already?
Yeah, we already
read that one. Yep. Okay, so then let's just jump forward, because that talks about what potentially it was going to be. Yep. And then this last paragraph is really, Disney took a tax write-off on the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser, which would freeze the use of that building for a specific period of time. And that's essentially where I was going with it, is that they can't do anything, it sounds like, to actually get profit from it if they're if they're going to do a tax write-off, because now obviously they're legally bound to like they have to shut it off to the public.
So they can't make money off of it, but they can use it to house
sounds
workers?
Like it. It sounds like it. Like they wouldn't be able to take a big, as big of a hit, if they don't, try to make. Otherwise, it's like, well, that's not really fair that you're writing it off on taxes if your first endeavor failed. Like that's kind of on you as a business. That's how I see it. 100%. At least. But that's about it. I thought that one was.
Dude, seriously, like that. Honestly, brother, I think that's been your best contribution
to date. Yeah, I normally just sit here drunk and ramble with you.
I'm gonna get in trouble for this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Did you see this?
I saw a worse one where they had a headdress on her. she had a I forgot what they're called. They've got the shaker, you know,
Oh my
with
god!
the beans inside the thing.
The Macarenas.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my
It was pretty
god,
funny.
that is.
Yeah, that was bad.
So, have you heard about this shit with Bioware?
Oh, remind me. I know I scrolled past
So
this.
Bioware closed another one of their, I guess, sub studios. Fired, I think it was 183 people
after the Vanguard.
after Vanguard,
right?
yeah,
Or
failure and all
Veilguard.
that.
Yeah.
And so, is it Veilguard or Vanguard?
I think it's Veilguard with an L.
That's
Dragon Age, the
dumb.
Veilguard. I think so.
Maybe Veilguard was part of the lore that I just didn't remember.
Yeah,
it is Veilguard. Yeah, shit. I thought I kept calling it Vanguard. So they apparently EA is hang on. Comics Dad at King's Advisors. For the record, I was not ignoring my wife. LOL. She's in the hospital for the next couple of nights, so it's not like I was in the. Oh. Well, now I feel like a dick. It was still funny, but now I feel like a dick. I hope she's doing okay. I did see earlier that you said something about she's just getting a minor thing done. So I hope everything goes well. We'll definitely be praying for you, man.
You can ignore Chris's comment, by the way. You don't have to read that.
Oh, is that because that's what you drink?
No, I drink Modelo's. that's what I've been drinking.
Yeah. This time. So EA is apparently restructuring Bioware because EA bought Bioware in like 2008, which is why Mass Effect 2 looks so different from Mass Effect 1. So it's apparently restructuring Bioware to focus on Mass Effect 5, with staff being moved from other studios to help. So this is the problem. Not a single writer from Mass Effect 1, 2, 3, or Andromeda are still working at Bioware. And I'm not going to, this might be wrong, okay? I also don't think any of the people really involved in the games at all are still working there.
Well, I have to say this, Caleb, that even Andromeda, and I know you weren't the biggest fan of that one. Mm-hmm. I liked Andromeda personally.
So if Andromeda had come out not buggy as hell, I think more people would have enjoyed it.
But point being is there was still some gay stuff in that game.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now imagine like what you're talking about. All those people are gone. I'm almost willing to bet that the same people that worked in Veilguard are going to be coming right over to Mass Effect. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that game will be a heaping pile of liberal dog shit. To say nice, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's my point of view on it. You know, I love that franchise. Great games, but I just don't see after. I mean, who knows? Maybe they take a 180.
You know, fingers crossed, knock on wood, hold the 4-leaf clover, wear the horseshoe, all that stuff. But
entertainment, they've just lost the right for benefit of the doubt. They just have, you know, both in gaming and in
Are you sure this is the guy that you want hanging out on your channel, buddy?
I think this is a fraud. I'm pretty sure this is one of, you know, an alt account or something.
Yeah, that's definitely, yeah.
I don't associate. Nah.
Well, you were freaking playing Ghost of Tsushima, Mr. Wing. Hang on. Because I'll never hear the end of it.
Yeah, but you know, back to Mass Effect, I really just, I hope that the game turns out to be fun.
Well, and that's why I'm still excited about this Exodus game. Because in fact, I think there's a trailer out for it.
A new one?
I think so. I saw something. It might have been like a new teaser. The biggest problem with Exodus is you're gonna have to add so much stuff to that name when you go to search for it because you're just gonna get a bunch of like biblical stuff. So something at the Game Awards a year ago. And then a cinematic trailer. It looks like we already talked about this. This is
They maybe should do something with that because that game fucking popped out of my mind.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. They need the nice thing is that they X-Wing, it's on Discord by the way. The nice thing is that they have like an opportunity here to bring you in. All they have to do is sit there and say, from the writer of the Darth Bane trilogy, from the writer of Mass Effect, boom, you're in. You're in. Let's go. Let's do it. You've got the best Star Wars story ever written in book form. Book form.
Right.
And the best story in all of video games. In my opinion.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm pretty much there with you.
Yeah.
Oh,
and also it looks good. Like, oh, coming in all green with jealousy and envy.
Well, it's too freaking late now.
Oh.
I have to go play PGA with my buddy. He got really mad at me because I played Ghost of Tsushima instead of PGA 2K23 with him. But I want to at least stop in and say hi.
Beautiful game.
Oh, dude, I
just finished another playthrough. Yeah, I just played another playthrough.
I didn't know the game existed, and I'm like, this is my favorite thing on earth.
I was laughing because when you made your first stream for it, I literally within the hour just finished the playthrough that I was doing. I was like, no fucking shit. You're gonna love it, man. It's one of the best stories.
I just hit Act 2. I am loving it, dude.
Yeah.
So
just wait.
Is it better than Elden Ring?
It's different than Elden Ring.
Yeah, that's my answer.
If you're a fan of Assassin's Creed and Far Cry and Samurais, it's a blend of those.
Well, then I guess I got so much shit on what's coming up.
Dude, put all of it on the back burner and play Ghost of Tsushima.
I've been telling you. I have been telling you to play
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 starts at 11 a.m. Tuesday morning.
Yeah, that's
9 a.m.
fair. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Henry of Skalitz.
I might have to do like both. You know what I mean? But anyways, I just wanted to pop in and say what's up. Shout out to everybody from the Hangar Bay that's still hanging around, checking out these bros talking. I appreciate it. Bud. And I love you guys. I'm gonna go play some golf video game and get my ass kicked. But I'll check you later.
It's part of playing golf.
Yeah.
Is this Exodus?
No. Do you want to stay on Exodus? I can find some.
No. This is what Chris is calling about, Don Walker.
Yeah, I actually sent this into your Discord a few weeks ago. And I don't believe
the
like vampire
game.
No. This is like the vampire and other paranormal beasts, I guess.
I'm just gonna go ahead and assume I said I'm not a fan.
I don't think so. I think you just didn't answer, which might mean the same thing.
Which is also probably a good chance.
I think it looks sick.
I didn't answer at all.
Yeah, I think it looks sick.
Which, by the way, anybody wants to join my Discord, links in the description. Oh.
I don't know. This game looks fun.
That looks a lot like the first boss from Elden Ring. I might have an obsession with Elden Ring now.
For The Blood of the Dawnwalker by Rebel Wolves, a game studio formed by ex-CD Projekt Red veterans that are creating the first chapter of the series, which is going to be an RPG.
Pause that real quick. That's a good thing because Projekt Red is one of those studios that got like invaded by all this DEI crap. and a
Was
lot of
Sweet
people
Baby
left
Inc.
it.
Was Sweet Baby Inc. part of it?
Probably, but it was they were one of the ones that basically did like this. We want everyone to enjoy our game. We are so this, we're so this, and then like a week later, they were posting videos about DEI, but they were using the other name for it. What was the other name? Do you remember? I feel like everyone left that name and joined DEI, but they were using that other name, which is kind of why it fell under the radar for a while. But it's a whole bunch of like shit.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Narrative, it will be developed on Unreal Engine.
So this said it's a gameplay trailer, not seeing much gameplay.
Oh yeah, I think it's
using your skills and combine vampiric strength.
That's explained. What's the next little block?
Save the ones you love.
Yeah.
Long hair, it very much reminds me of a younger version of Geralt of Rivia. We also see one of his traversal methods.
Now, I think what this is I think this is just someone explaining. Is this video that you put in the Discord?
We can also see
is that it?
No, because this is from a day ago. I just want to see some.
Whilst the southern regions are going to be full of foliage and a much warmer setting. We can also see there's going to be absolutely no themselves.
This might not be the official.
I just typed in Dawn Guard and got the fucking Skyrim shit. Here we go.
Do you have it, or are you talking about?
No, this is it right here, isn't it?
I think this is actually the one. This is the one that I showed. So it doesn't look like there's a new.
They might not have gameplay yet.
Yeah, it might not be.
But go.
I'm not seeing a trailer.
Play that thing.
Which one? The one that I had up first.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, the one that I had first or second?
No, that one from IGN.
Okay. Yeah.
As dumb as I... Wait, hang on a second. Is Bandai Namco producing it? Holy shit, that's awesome. They did Elden Ring. God, I really got to find a new game.
Yeah. Did they produce that?
Yeah, they did Elden Ring.
That makes sense. The
Bandai Namco keeps popping up.
Some of those bosses looked pretty similar in that.
Yeah, that first thing that pops down, it looks a lot like the very first boss in Elden Ring.
Okay, so it's from the same director of Witcher 3, which is a very good game too.
Another game I have to play.
I'm starting to really get into like horror beasts and stuff, like vampires, werewolves. So I don't know. This looks pretty fun to me. And you can hear the wolf in the background, so I imagine you're gonna fight something like that. I'm
still waiting on that Blight game, Blight Survival.
Oh, same here,
dude. That's gonna be awesome.
And it's 4-player co-op, from what I understand.
Yeah,
we're gonna go. Yeah, we are gonna play that.
There's a giant bastard sword.
Don't hurt her. You gave us quite the chase. Please, sir. She's just a child.
The character design looks pretty good too.
Yeah. And the movie, that's still it's still like, I'm assuming pre-alpha cinematic stuff.
That would have been foolish.
For sure.
I mean, it's hard to imagine that you wouldn't be able to take these models and put them in game.
Yeah.
Especially today.
Yeah, it's not like it was 10 years ago where these cinematics look way different.
Oh, I thought they were going to put that in the trailer, dude.
Just a runner, but a fighter, too. Had we met under a different moon, things might have ended there.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Now you know they need to put, like, some veiled reference to, to Solomon Kane in this. There needs to be like some reference to the man named Solomon or something like that. Oh my God.
So I'm saying this game looks pretty sick. I mean, the cinematic looks sick.
I assume you're playing as the vampire, right?
I think based off that last thing we were watching before this, I'm pretty sure you're like you're a vampire too. So
yeah.
My sister.
You probably get all these
She needs
powers.
help. Fast. Please, let us pass through. I beg of you. Please. Please.
Oh, damn, he made her a vampire.
I don't know. How? I am life. I am death. I am everything in between. I have been watching your little valley. Pestilence, famine, killing. Blood spilt carelessly, like water.
So just some like little Hamlet king, I guess.
Things will be different now.
I don't know. I'm fully on board. To be
Yeah, it's funny. I'm not much of like a horror guy,
All of you.
but I
Yeah.
feel like this is one of those things that there's enough. There's enough different stuff in it that
Yeah.
it's not necessarily. What's the what is the game that I don't know if you've watched any of it? Dead by Daylight.
So I
that's
didn't
the
play.
kind of stuff that I'm not a fan of.
Yeah, for
But-
sure. But no, go on.
Yeah, but this is different. This is like it is an RPG game. I guess not technically an RPG. Yeah, RPG.
It
most
looks like it's
likely.
going to be RPG to a sense.
With horror as part of the story, not the
and
or the theme, I should say.
just
Not
given
the story.
given this short little clip we're watching right here, because this looks like it's part of the gameplay.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's
it-
down the bottom. It's alpha in-game footage.
They are. It looks like they are just. Yeah, they're just taking a bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And replaying it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
don't know. The game looks fun.
Yeah, it's do we know anything else about it? Like Dawn of I already forgot the name.
Dawn Walker.
Thank you.
So in
The
one of those
Blood of
clips,
Dawn Walker.
it looks like you transform into that blood and like teleport. So it looks like you do you get the vampire.
Announced January of this year, scheduled to release on PlayStation, Windows, and Xbox Series XS. So everyone's gonna get to play it. The protagonist Cohen struggles with silver poisoning and a vampiric curse, attempting to save his family within 30 days. Okay, so are you limited to time like in what's the zombie game? I was playing it. There's 4 of them. Dead Rising. I wonder if you're going to be limited to where you need to do a certain amount of stuff within a certain amount of state of time in real time before the game ends. Before you die.
I mean, maybe, but not sure. I could see them doing something where, like kind of like with Skyrim, where if you know when you're playing as a vampire, in the sunlight you're like weaker, or like right, you don't
that'd be
as
cool.
quick.
Yeah.
So I could see them doing something like that with it, but I don't know about having. I doubt they would make it where you have to complete a certain amount of the. You have a certain.
Well, there's one game coming out, and I wish I had written down because it was kind of interesting. Where it takes place during like 15 days, but the only passage of time is in mission. When you are, playing mission 5, it's going to progress 22 hours. And then when you get out of that mission and go to, go run these 3 different little side missions, it doesn't progress time. So that I like that. That's kind of a cool thing that allows you to kind of play the game at your pace and how you want to.
Yeah, I mean that stuff's cool and all. It's just I don't. Honestly, I always overlook like weather and stuff, in
Mhm.
games and days. And I kind of like the way Red Dead does it, where
Yeah.
you can like go to sleep and
Mhm. Yep.
change time like that. Like that's immersive, but it doesn't really matter. That's kind of where
Yeah.
I'm at when it comes to settings.
Yeah. I'm everything I'm looking at, like images and stuff like that. This definitely looks very interesting. It is on my list,
Yeah,
which I mean, me is at least in
tends
my
to
opinion.
grow. Your list
Yeah,
tends to grow.
yeah, but it is difficult to get on my list.
Yeah, fair enough.
Let's see, anything. Trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to talk about. Well, there's a little bit here. Did you watched Daredevil, right? The Netflix show?
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
multiple
Yeah.
times. Yeah.
So just kind of a quick little topics here. What do you think about I think it's the director of the new show saying that he didn't want these like naval scenes of just two characters talking.
So that's okay, I'm going to preface this by saying I actually hate when coming up to a show, directors and showrunners and actors
Or
start
actors, yep.
spewing their mouth about the
Mhm.
project.
Yep.
Let the if you're that confident in it, let your show speak for itself. Don't get on it seems like preemptive damage control when
Absolutely.
you do this. I will say though, when it comes to, because he had a few different comments that a lot of them he kept comparing his stuff to the original, the Netflix one, and
Yep.
then he
Yeah,
compared
he
it.
did. Yeah.
I forgot what other show, some recent show that just came out. He compared it to that, and it's like there's no okay, if you're this confident about your show, then just let us see it and judge for ourselves. Now,
because we will preach it from the mountaintops.
right, and it seems like damage control. But now, and to answer your question, I actually agreed with him on that. And I I don't like exposition, and I think a lot of the times when with television, to fill the budget, or to not go over budget and to fill the time, they need to have situations where they're just talking, but you can get that done without like having two characters sitting at a table talking to each other, which I will admit there was a lot of that in the Daredevil show. But you can do things where they're like actively moving, or it just I don't know. There's something about just like standing in a room still and then like sitting down at a table that it just seemed it's obvious exposition to me, where it's like filibustering. And
so I'm kind of the opposite. I really enjoy character development in that sense. I like one of my favorite scenes in, I can never remember if it was in season 2 of Daredevil or season 1 of Punisher, where Matt Murdock is chained to the roof, and he and Punisher are talking about why he does it.
Okay,
I love that scene.
Yes, that is good. Like you're right, that is good character development. But I'm gonna take it. So okay, in a show like Succession, when it's built around business and like multi-billion-dollar companies, it makes sense to, like, billions is the same. It makes sense to have scenes like that, and that's where you do develop the characters.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to comic book stuff, and I'm not a diehard comic book fan, that, but you have ample amounts. Like there's so many things you could do with a comic book character, and there's all these different characters that you could involve, but they don't have the budget to do that. So they have to opt out and put scenes like that. I will say, and you might disagree being a lawyer, but a lot of those law scenes, I just didn't care for.
I really enjoyed them. It was one of the rare times that now Murdoch gets a little animated sometimes, but they did a really good job. Now,
okay,
I do have an issue with them putting Karen's name on the name of the law firm, because you can't
do
that.
I don't want to go down the rabbit hole on this. The courtroom scenes were fine, but when they're sitting there and like they're going through a case, and they're like finishing each other's sentences, it just feels really cheesy. And then they'll
I agree with you on that one.
And then it turns into like, they like change it to the more action, like, plot in terms of the conversation, not physically change the scene, but like there's a lot of that going on where they use those times where they're like, they're eating dinner and talking about the case, and then they start talking about Frank and all this other stuff. Like that, just to me, it's just obvious filler. They can't start, you're dealing with a bunch of, if fucking Justin was here, he'd probably be able to explain it a lot better. But yeah, I don't know. I've heard that, his character himself, Matt Murdock's character, is very introspective in the comics. But I personally just, when it comes to TV, I think it's notorious for that. All the best shows do it because they have to not go over budget. So that's really...
So we're gonna move to this. You have a couple of sisters, correct?
I have 4.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay. More than a couple. I also have one. And my sister's favorite book growing up was Little House on the Prairie.
Oh, I saw this. I don't know shit about that.
I don't think you have to know anything about it to have basically zero faith that Netflix is going to do this correctly, especially with the they had a different quote. It wasn't modern audience. They didn't use that one, but they used to tell a retelling of Little House on the Prairie. Did you watch this show when you were a kid?
No.
So I did. Not. I watched a lot of it when I was a kid because we go to the library and we get a book or two and a video, and one of the videos would always end up being Little House on the Prairie because my sister loved them. And this is going to be crap.
I mean, I can only imagine. And it's funny how it says part drama, part survival tale. Well, are they going to talk about how many kids died on the prairie and
how
many?
If they go hard on this, it could be fucking awesome. Like if they go American Primeval on it,
have you watched that yet? I'm sorry to change subject.
I've seen clips. It looks fucking legit.
It's good. It's really good.
Yeah. But if this I have so, especially with, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find out. I think I took a screenshot, but real quick, I do want to say, Comics Dad, see you later, man. Okay, fellas in chat, I'm out of here playing some Resident Evil 2 in a bit, so I got to get ready for it. I was about to, and then I saw the
already.
Dude, have fun, guys. Go, Daimu, you're a mod here. If you could drop his link, or Comics Dad, you might be able to drop it. I don't know if you can. But guys, go subscribe to him. I'm sure a lot of y'all already have. Cool dude. Felicity said, this is absolutely the worst idea for Netflix to touch Little House on the Prairie. And I do not disagree. But it is almost as bad. Surely I screenshotted this. Maybe I saved it on Twitter. While I find this, what do you think about season 5 of Stranger Things basically having 650 hours?
Dude, I saw that. So I imagine there's 8 episodes. So what is that?
I mean, I get them being like feature length. But that doesn't.
How many hours? 650 hours?
650 hours of shooting.
So if it's 10 episodes, that's an hour and a half per episode. And if it's 8, that's a movie per episode.
Yeah.
I mean, so let's be conservative. That's 600 hours of actual used screen time divided by 8 episodes. Yeah, I mean, we're looking at 1 hour and 15 per episode. That might be more realistic. But
yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be.
I don't know if it's 8 or 10 episodes.
It's 8.
I forget.
It's 8 episodes.
It's 8. So yeah, 1 hour and 15. That's probably they'll probably end up cutting at least 50 hours, maybe even more.
That's just insane.
Yeah.
Now I'm sure some of it is they've got to get a bunch of 3-minute clips from this angle and then this angle and then this angle and then this one because it's 5 or 6 kids. So
6 hours.
I'm sure it's a lot of that. but it's
600.
It sounds like a
Yeah,
lot.
I was gonna say 650 hours is 650 hours, no matter how you look at
Yeah.
it. Like,
I mean, I'm sure Sundowners Club, who is in the chat, will post how many hours of footage they had for Game of Thrones in 3, 2. Hey, there was a good chance he was going to. So that Little House on the Prairie thing is about as bad as this. Greta Gerwig's Chronicles of Narnia. You remember, this is the woman that did the Barbie movie. Is officially releasing in theaters. We'll have 4-week exclusive theatrical run before releasing on Netflix in 2026. Okay. Includes about 1,000 IMAX screens. Now, those are only guaranteed for the first 2 weeks. Described as a very new take on the franchise. There is no shape or form. In fact, Diamond, I'm just going to tell you to be quiet. There is no fucking way that you can do this story justice, make it good, have the correct values or anything in it, and it be described as a very new take on the story. No fucking way. If they come out, I will make it my duty. This channel, there won't be another video game channel stream. There won't be another there won't be another Game of Thrones video until I bury this shit in the dirt.
Well, given its origins and
Sorry, did I get heated there?
No, you're fine. Given its extremely, Christian roots, very new take is the last thing you want to hear. It's the biggest red flag, especially in the climate of culture right now. So it's it's pretty ridiculous.
What's up, Lincoln? And look at that. I told you he'd post it 950 hours from Game of Thrones. Now he might be joking about
red flag number 109.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is the Christian novel.
Yeah.
And there's just no way you can do this in a very new take. And it'd be like
watch Aslan. Aslan's a black tiger now. Or a black lion, I mean.
It's a black bear.
Yeah, dark brown with a black mane.
He's a black bear.
Yeah.
And there's some other like queer coding in there too.
Yeah, for real.
I can't believe I just used that phrase. What's up, Debbie? Debbie says, a quick hi as I'm finally back at work. From the Running Down Under. Yeah, rock and roll Narnia. Oh my God. I'm livid about this. And obviously, we're not really going to get any information for probably about another year. They'll probably start casting in. I mean, it's a lot of fantastical stuff, so that it's going to require a lot of CG. So they'll probably start casting. My guess would be this spring. But it's just that I think this is one of the worst things I've heard about this. It's honestly, this is worse than finding out she was going to be the director, which was red flag number 1. Actually, red flag number 2. Red flag number 1 was that they weren't going to cast Liam Neeson as Aslan.
It's funny, man.
Well, buddy, I know you gotta go, and I gotta go as well. I've had a blast tonight. We ended up talking actually a little bit longer than I thought we would, and about some pretty damn fun stuff.
Yeah, this was a good conversation.
X-Wing, first off, thank you for the raid. Everyone, thank you all so much for being here. I hope you all had a lot of fun. Jerry, thank you for becoming a new member, man. And everyone else, as I've said multiple times, Kingdom Come, Deliverance 2, 11 a.m. Tuesday morning. I will see y'all there. I think you're going to love it. I should have had this more prepared. Hang on. I think you're going to love it.